They say this map, drawn in 1513, proves the impossible. They say it shows Antarctica, 300 years before it was discovered, completely free of ice. They say it's proof of aliens, or the lost city of Atlantis. But they are wrong. The real truth about the Piri Reis map isn't about ancient myths or extraterrestrial visitors. It's a story about a brilliant Ottoman admiral, a vast network of spies, and the lost, secret map of Christopher Columbus himself. The myth we all know began back in the 1960s. A history professor named Charles Hapgood looked at the strange southern coastline depicted on this ancient map and made a startling declaration. He claimed it was a perfect match for the subglacial coastline of Queen Maud Land in Antarctica. How was this possible? Hapgood proposed that Piri Reis must have copied it from charts thousands of years old. Created by an advanced Price-Age civilization, it was a sensational, mind-bending idea. It sold millions of books and sparked decades of speculation. But in doing so, it turned a brilliant human scientist, a master of his craft, into little more than a Xerox machine for aliens. So who was the real man behind the map? His full name was Ahmed Muhyiddin Piri, but he's known to history as Piri Reis, which means Captain Piri. He was a high-ranking admiral in the feared Ottoman Navy. He was a seasoned warrior, yes, but he was also a master cartographer, a geographer of the highest order. In 1513, when he created this masterpiece, he didn't need ancient aliens or lost technologies. He had something far more powerful: military intelligence. In fact, he writes directly on the map itself that he compiled it using 20 different source maps. These included 8 ancient Ptolemaic maps from the time of the Greeks, 4 contemporary Portuguese charts captured from ships returning from India, and 1 very, very special map from the West. Now, let's first debunk this Antarctica myth once and for all. Take a close look at that mysterious southern coastline. Notice how it connects directly to the continent of South America. It doesn't float alone at the bottom of the world. Modern cartographers have found the smoking gun that solves this puzzle, and it's surprisingly simple. Piri Reis was drawing on a single, valuable piece of gazelle hide. He literally ran out of room. In order to include the newly discovered coast of Brazil and Argentina, he had to make a practical decision. He bent the coastline 90 degrees to the east to make it fit on the parchment, and those rivers, animals, and details he drew there. They don't match anything in Antarctica, but they perfectly match the geography and fauna of Patagonia in southern Argentina. It wasn't a paranormal mystery. It was a practical solution to a stationary problem. But if you tear your eyes away from the bottom of the map, you find the real miracle. In his own handwritten notes, Piri Reis reveals his most prized and valuable source. He writes, and I quote, "He used a map drawn by an infidel from Genoa named Colombo." He is talking, of course, about Christopher Columbus. Columbus's original 1498 map of the New World, the one he drew himself after his voyages, has been lost to history. It is one of the most sought-after and priceless documents from the entire age of discovery. And Piri Reis, an admiral for the rival Ottoman Empire, had a copy. So how on earth did he get it? The most likely scenario is that his forces captured it from a Spanish sailor during one of the many naval battles in the Mediterranean. This means the Piri Reis map isn't a window into a lost civilization. It's something even more incredible. It is likely the only surviving record of how Christopher Columbus himself saw the world he had discovered. The map even includes Columbus's biggest mistakes, like his firm belief that Cuba was not an island, but a peninsula of mainland Asia. These errors are the real smoking gun. They prove it's a profoundly human creation, a snapshot of European confusion and discovery in 1513, captured perfectly by the efficiency of Ottoman intelligence. Just take a moment to think about what Piri Reis actually achieved. Sitting in his workshop in Gallipoli, having never sailed the Atlantic himself, he synthesized 20 contradictory maps from different cultures and different eras, from ancient Greek geographers to modern Portuguese explorers, into one cohesive, logical, and incredibly accurate worldview. He was performing complex data integration, sorting truth from fiction. Centuries before the first computer was ever conceived, he was a human search engine, cross-referencing and compiling data to create a picture of the world that was more advanced than any single map that existed before it. This is the true power, the human resonance of the map. When we look at this incredible achievement and immediately say it must be aliens or Atlantis, we are deeply insulting the intelligence and ingenuity of our own ancestors. We are insulting the genius of Piri Reis. The truth of this map is far more inspiring than any myth. It shows us that human beings, using nothing but ink, animal hide, and the power of shared knowledge, managed to map the entire known world from the darkness, piece by incredible piece. History is more incredible than any myth. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the past, please like, comment, and subscribe to the Origin Pulse for more stories that uncover the truth behind the legend.